want the weight to go off just like that, but it takes time to get all of this sauce. It takes time to... Welcome back to my channel. My name is ᴄᴑ the Relentless. Let's get straight into it. I lost 70 pounds, 30 kg. I did it within a year, and literally it was a process. I know it's human nature to want to lose weight really quickly, fast. I know you want to get rid of the belly fat. I know many women want to get rid of belly fat, but it is really a process, and it was a process for me. So I can only really share with you the process that I went through in order for me to lose the weight. First of all, I want to say the reason why I wanted to lose the weight is because I wanted to be healthy. So your why is extremely important. The why behind why you're taking certain steps and actions in order for you to lose weight needs to be really strong, because on this weight loss journey, it is sometimes a tedious process. Sometimes it's very challenging. Sometimes you don't feel like it. Sometimes you just don't want to eat healthy. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to do the things that are necessary in order for you to lose the weight. So your why has to be clear. And my why is I want to be healthy. I'm going to be doing a completely new video on my health situation because I had an autoimmune disease and I was taking steroids, which was the reason why I had gained a lot of weight in the first place. At my heaviest, I was 95 kg, which is around 210 pounds. And I really did not like being at that weight. I felt extremely heavy. My knees, my joints there was a lot of pressure on my joints. And just overall, I didn't feel happy within myself being at that weight, and I didn't feel overall healthy. So that was the main reason why I wanted to lose the weight. There were a number of things that I did in order for me to lose the weight. So through this video is what I'm going to share with you, the steps that I took to lose the weight. And to be honest with you guys, the first thing I started to lose the weight was detoxing. I started off with detox teas, and what the detox tea actually helped me to do was to use the bathroom on a regular basis. I was someone who really suffered from constipation, and even through the drugs, the medication that I was taking, that also caused me to have problems with my digestion, and I was constantly constipated. And so that made me have a very big stomach, belly fat, just overall weight gain, and also I was retaining water as well. I had a lot of water retention, so the detoxing helped to release the water from my system, the excess water, which when you have excess water, it causes weight gain. So when you're retaining water, it's weight gain. The detoxing helped me to cleanse my system of excess water and excess waste and toxins as well. It made me feel lighter. I felt less bloated. My stomach was going down, and I was using the bathroom on a regular basis. So it completely relieved the symptoms of constipation. And although people say you can't use detoxing as a way to lose weight long term, it's not sustainable, whilst there is some truth to that, but I strongly believe that detoxing really does help to cleanse your system. We are exposed to toxins every single day in the air that we breathe, through some of the foods that we eat, through water. Every single day, and just generally in the environment, we are exposed to toxins. So all of those toxins are going into our system. And of course, if you are eating processed foods as well, the processed foods literally are causing toxicity or acidity in your system, inflammation. And inflammation is a major cause of weight gain. Inflammation in your system is going to cause you to have belly fat, it's going to cause you to gain overall weight, and it's also going to put you at risk of developing certain sicknesses and illnesses like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and certain cancers. Inflammation, literally, disease starts in the gut. So the famous physician Hippocrates said that disease starts in the gut. So if you're not going to the bathroom on a regular basis, you are probably feeling bloated, your stomach is protruding, you're gaining weight, you have water retention. That's why it is important for you to detox on a regular basis. Whilst I started my weight loss journey with detoxing, and whilst I don't advocate that you just exclusively drink detox teas or herbs to cleanse your system, I am an advocate of detoxing long term. And I have been detoxing ever since. So I started my weight loss journey in 2016 and I've been detoxing ever since, because I understand that we are being exposed of these toxins. And it really has aided to help me to reduce bloating, to reduce stomach, my stomach being big or protruding of my stomach, belly fat, and also overall weight as well, and to get rid of water retention. So I am an advocate of detoxing and cleansing. Of course, make sure that you do your research into the various different herbs that are in the detox teas. Make sure you do your research so you know exactly what the herbs do, how they cleanse your system, before you go out there purchasing detox teas. Now, there's some detox teas out there that are absolute rubbish and really don't help you do anything. But there are some detox teas there from some reputable companies that have done their research into the herbs that have gone into their product, and they are very effective. So detoxing 100%. And I also make my own detox recipes. I have my own ebook where I put together my own detox recipes with various different herbs and different spices that I've used for the detox to cleanse my system, which I use till this day. And it really does work. The first week that I started detoxing on my weight loss journey, I literally lost 9 pounds in the first week. Like the first 5 days that I started detoxing with detox teas, I lost 9 pounds. So it really is very effective, and I will forever advocate detox teas. Not exclusively, not just using detox teas exclusively, but as part of a healthy lifestyle. I began to increase the amount of water that I was drinking. I decided that I was going to drink 2 liters of water a day. And prior to that, it was a bit difficult for me to drink water on a regular basis consistently. I think maybe I was having like at least 1 liter of water a day, and I knew that I needed to increase that in order for me to lose weight. Some people don't actually realize that when you don't drink enough water, literally your brain says to your body that this person is not drinking sufficient amounts of water to keep this human alive. So we're going to have to actually retain the water for the 5 major organs in your body, which is your brain, your lungs, your heart, your kidneys, and your liver, to keep you alive. And so oftentimes when people do not drink sufficient amounts of water, guess what's going to happen? Your body is going to retain the water for the 5 major organs to keep you alive, and your digestive system is going to suffer. So you are going to find that you're probably going to be feeling dehydrated. You probably are not going to be using the bathroom on a regular basis. You're going to be constipated. You are going to be having water retention. So your body's going to be retaining water, which in turn is going to make you gain weight. So I had to increase the amount of water that I was drinking, and I decided to go for 2 liters of water a day. There's these water charts that you can find. You can just literally Google them. You can find out for yourself how much water you should be drinking every single day. It's according to your height, it's according to your current weight, and it tells you exactly how much water you need to be drinking every single day to be hydrated, stay hydrated, and also to aid your digestion. People underestimate the power of having sufficient amount of water when you are on a weight loss journey or just overall health journey. It's just super important to make sure that you drink sufficient amounts of water. And how I was able to actually achieve being able to drink between 2 and 2.5 liters of water a day was I just had a huge bottle, 2 liter, 2.5 bottle liter on my desk, and I would literally just be sipping that throughout the whole day. In the morning, I would start off with half a litre of water with some freshly squeezed either lemon juice or lime juice. It was lukewarm water, so room temperature water. I don't ever drink cold water because lukewarm water or warm water actually aids with digestion. Sleep is important. Many people don't actually realize how important sleep is for weight loss. It is a major key to weight loss. If you are not sleeping enough hours, you are going to find it very challenging to lose weight. You should be having between 6 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. If you are someone who finds it difficult to get in those amount of hours of sleep and you're trying to lose weight, you're gonna have to find some way to get those minimum hours in, because when you have not had sufficient amounts of sleep, first of all, I know for myself, when I don't have enough sleep, I will eat every and anything in sight, and it's usually not the best food. It's usually rubbish. It's usually processed food. It's usually the quickest thing that I can rustle up to eat. And so that is going to go against your weight loss goals. And another thing that lack of sleep does as well is it increases your cortisol levels as well, a hormone in your system, and that will cause weight gain as well, belly fat and overall weight as well. So sleeping for a minimum 6 to 8 hours a day or an evening, depending on what your schedule's like and when you are sleeping, is really important to your weight loss journey and your weight loss results. Please try and get sufficient amounts of sleep, because your weight loss actually does depend on it. When you get sufficient amounts of sleep, you are going to have good levels of energy, which is going to lead me on to my next point, exercise. When you haven't had sufficient amounts of sleep, you're not going to have good levels of energy for you to do exercise. And exercise is paramount to any healthy lifestyle. If you're trying to lose weight, you have to be exercising on a regular basis. With me, I started with home workouts. I would watch countless videos on YouTube. I would be on Instagram following various different fitness influencers, and I would follow their videos, and I would put together my own little workouts at home, put on my music, and I would do my little workout. And I started off doing just like 10-minute HIIT workouts at home. That's how I started. And for those of you who don't like doing exercise, who don't like going to the gym, when you hear anything about exercise, you get scared or you just get put off, you can literally start your exercise regime or your moving your body by just walking. That is another thing that I do that really does help me to keep fit. And I started walking in 2016. I started it off slow. And you should start where you are. Don't try and do the most too soon, because that's how you end up giving up. But if you start where you are and just take it step by step, you're more likely than not to keep doing it and to stay consistent. Consistency is key to any weight loss journey and the whole process of just living a healthy lifestyle and developing healthy habits long term. So, I'm not here to sell any pipe dreams to anyone in regards to losing weight. When it comes to losing weight and keeping it off, you have to live a healthy lifestyle. There's no two ways about it. All the steps that I'm sharing in this video are things that I have used that have helped me to lose weight and keep the weight off long term. And I believe that there's some of these things that you can actually apply to your own life, and you will definitely see results. So exercise, moving your body, starting where you are. If you're someone that's never been to a gym, you the thought of going to the gym just makes you just fearful. Start with walking. And my recommendation for walking is find a nice park, be around nature. That also just elevates your overall well-being and is going to make your walking a lot more enjoyable. What I do is I walk in a park, or I go to the beach and I just walk and I listen to some music sometimes, or I'm just me and my God speaking to Jesus, or just literally in my own thoughts. And to me, walking is the most simplest and most effective form of exercise that a person can do. My grandmother lived until the age of 96, and her main form of exercise was walking. So walking can do wonders. I'm definitely going to have to do a separate video specifically on walking. You should aim to walk a minimum of 10,000 steps a day. Anything less than 10,000 is like a sedentary lifestyle, so an inactive lifestyle. So you should aim to do 10,000 steps a day. But as I said, if you are not someone who's been used to doing exercise or walking that amount of steps, then I would highly recommend that you just start where you are, and you start with 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000 steps a day, and then work your way up. You can, iPhone, and I'm sure Android has as well, records how many steps you are walking each day. There's apps that you can download that will record and track the amount of steps that you're doing each day. You have to be active every single day and move your body. Walking is an amazing way to do that, and I still walk to this day. I aim to walk 10,000 steps a day, and I go to different places to do my walks. I plan my walks ahead of time, and I just enjoy walking. I just absolutely love it. So make sure you're doing a form of exercise that you love. You could be someone who loves to dance. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym to lose weight or to move your body. You just have to find some kind of exercise that you enjoy doing and stay consistent doing it. HIIT workouts are so effective for fat burning, and you only need to do 10 minutes a day to literally see results. Weight training will literally help you to burn fat. The reason why it helps you to burn fat effectively is because as you build muscle, you burn more fat. And even when you finish weight training, you are still burning fat. So it just stands to reason that you'd want to incorporate weight training. And one thing that I realized as well is when I lost the 30 kg or the 70 pounds, I was mainly doing home workouts. And then during the process, I did start going to the gym and doing some weight training. But I noticed that when I first started losing the weight, I looked really slim and slender. I looked really kind of like someone who was running. You know, when you see on the Olympics and those marathon runners, those long distance runners, they usually look really skinny. Some of them literally look skin and bone. And that's how I was looking, and I really did not like that look. And so weight training will help you to gain muscle, and that's what you want, because you don't want, well, I don't know about you, but I don't like that gaunt look. I want to still keep my curves and still look healthy, still have collagen in my skin to give me that plump, youthful look. And so weight training really does help with that as well. Start where you are. Don't try and do the most. Take it step by step. Doing the most is going to make you give up before you've even had a chance to start. Consistency is key to this weight loss game. Your diet. What are you eating on a day-to-day basis? I decided from the beginning, I'm not about to start doing any diets. That's not sustainable long term. I've never really been one of those people to do diets. When I was younger, I used to eat whatever I wanted to eat, but I have never really had a problem with my eating, like overeating. But when I had the autoimmune disease and I was on medication, the medication, which was steroids, it was called prednisolone, it made me have a really huge appetite, and so my eating was out of control, hence why I gained so much weight in a very short period of time. Literally, I went from, I think I weighed like 7 stone, 8 stone. I went from 7 to 8 stone to, I think 16 stone or something like that in literally 3 months on steroids. So I had to kind of like rein myself in when it came to my diet, and I decided that I didn't want to do yo-yo dieting. I wanted to do something that was going to be sustainable long term. So I did my research, and what I found is that having these 3 food groups in my diet was going to help me to get the results I wanted, and also it was going to help to of my healthy lifestyle, my healthy living. So the 3 food groups are protein, healthy fats, and fiber or carbs. Make sure that you include all of these 3 food groups in every meal that you have. Protein, chicken, turkey, even red meat, but I minimize the amount of red meat because of the fact that the way red meat or poultry is even produced now in modern day, it's more difficult or more challenging for your body to digest red meat. So I minimize the amount of red meat that I have. There's many other also vegetarian options of protein that you can have, and I also have protein powders as well to help increase the amount of protein that I'm having. Protein is extremely important to your weight loss journey because protein helps you to build muscle, and as I said earlier, the more muscle you have on your body, that you build and that you develop on your body, is the more fat you are going to burn. When I'm having sufficient amounts of protein in every single meal throughout the day, I feel fuller for longer. So protein helps you to feel fuller for longer. Combined with the healthy fats and fiber, you are going to feel fuller for longer. If you are someone who has cravings, if you religiously apply this principle of having these 3 food groups, protein, healthy fats, and fiber, you are going to find that you're going to feel fuller for longer and the cravings are going to reduce. Cut out the processed foods. I'm not saying don't ever have processed foods, but if you know that you want to get rid of belly fat, you want to get rid of overall weight, then including the protein, healthy fats, and fiber in your diet, which are from whole foods. So when I say whole foods, I'm talking about foods that are highly nutritious. So you want to go for foods that are not man-made, that are not processed in a factory. You want to go for foods that are plant-based, either come from the ground or come from a tree. And then in terms of your protein, if you are not a vegetarian, then you want to go for things like lean chicken breast. You want to go for turkey, which are high in protein, to help you to increase your protein. I did my weight loss journey in 2016 and I have maintained my weight loss. Granted that yes, I've put on a bit of weight here and there and lost a bit of weight because of course as a woman, our weight fluctuates. We have monthly cycles, hormonal things. Some of us have hormonal imbalances. This will cause your weight to fluctuate up and down. That's why it's important to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and enjoy the process. Anything that I shared in this video useful or value, let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel.